Before the break, we said about what is more important. Somebody asked the question, is it more important to focus on light or maybe the scene? And what I've just said, you need both of those components to work together to find the balance, so lighting and the scene together will create a great picture, and that's what we're going to talk about now, the composition. So we talked about lighting and how, try to find your perfect light, discover and make it your second nature. So let's talk about the composition. So composition is the way you arrange things in your frame. So this is your story, okay? So what is your story? Always remember, when you compose a food picture, food is the star, okay? So this is your story, this is what you want to tell, this is how you see things, but always remember that the food is the star, okay? So it has to be clear what the viewer is looking at, okay? So always think where to put your subject. Where are you going to put your subject? Always draw attention to your subject, okay? So this has to be the first thing that gets, that people actually will look at. They will look at the food first, and then they can kind of have a look around at the scene and what's going on maybe on the plate. So with the composition, it's always very important to think of what angle you are going to shoot, okay? So it's either you can shoot from overhead or 3/4 or level, eye level. So it depends on food, okay? Try to feel it. Look at food, let the food inspire you, and with the angles, I think the shape of the food will probably help you to choose the best angle. So, or the size of the food. Say, for example, if food is really flat, let's say pizza, it's probably better to shoot it overhead, which doesn't mean you have to always shoot it overhead, break the rules, but this is only an example. And when something is tall, like a bottle or maybe a drink, you want to show the height, then perhaps it's better to shoot from 3/4 or eye level. So always think about the angle, and when you look at the food, just, let the food inspire you. Have a look at this food from different angles. Walk around the food, walk around the table with the camera, hold the camera in your hand, and just feel it. Just feel when the food looks best. Does it look better when you actually look from overhead because it's very graphic, or maybe it has these great colors and they show off more when you shoot overhead? Or it has got some great patterns, like some food is very graphic as well. Or if you want to show the size of the food, like for example we said drinks or bottles, you might consider to take it a little bit lower, but again, have a walk around the table. There is no rules. Honestly, there is no rules. Just look and try to feel it. When does it look the best? Does it look the best when I look at the food from this side, or maybe when I look from above? So always choose best angle for your food.